Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be answering another one of your guys' questions. So be sure if you have any other questions for us to do videos on, let us know in the comment section below. But for today, we're going to be looking at Yesenia Ramos' question. She has a question about engagement rings, and she says, lately I've seen a lot of fuss about the controversy over the cost of an engagement ring. A lot of women are saying that if a man can't afford a certain amount of carats ring, that he deserves less respect or shouldn't even be thinking about marriage yet, or maybe doesn't even deserve to be with someone yet. What are your guys' thoughts? Well, that's a very interesting perspective, and I know that you are not one of these kind of people who feels this way, but I appreciate you bringing up the question because it gives us a really great opportunity to reflect on what matters most in a marriage. But let's start off with the ring discussion. As the woman in the relationship, generally speaking, this matters more to the women because you guys get that fancy diamond ring and the engagement and all that kind of stuff. Which, by the way, guys, we did a whole vlog. As one of the first videos I ever uploaded on the channel was when I proposed to Emily. If you haven't seen that yet, click in the corner to check that out. It's so much fun. We'd love to share that experience with you. But your thoughts on the engagement ring? You got an engagement ring.
Yeah, I definitely believe that engagement rings are important. They're a symbol of your commitment to someone else. I believe in them, but with this whole like, oh, it has to be a certain cut, color, diamond, clarity, expense, I think that is all consuming, and that's not the focus of what your marriage and relationship should be. You're focused more on appearance and the glitz and glam of it.
Yeah, like a lot of people like, oh, the wedding season is so great because then I get to upload all these great Instagram photos and I get all this attention. It's about me, and like, to a degree, like, yeah, and it's super cool. I remember like when I uploaded the proposal photo on Instagram, it was like the most likes I ever got on Instagram before up to that point. So there's a certain amount of that like, cool, like it's fun to celebrate that, but it's not really about that. And I remember when I was searching for the ring, I actually had no clue what I was supposed to do in that situation. How much was I supposed to spend and all that kind of stuff. And so I did some research. Turns out on average people spend about $5,000 on a ring, which to me, it's like I didn't have that kind of money. I was not a very wealthy, I'm still not a wealthy man, but I certainly was less wealthy then. And so I was kind of like overwhelmed. I was like, man, my goodness, what do we do? And you know, I was able to find a ring. It wasn't a very expensive ring, but I'm so grateful that Emily saw past that. And it really reminds me of a passage that we wanted to share with you guys from 1 Peter chapter 3. 1 Peter 3 verse 3 says, "Do not let your adorning be external, the braiding of hair and the putting on of gold jewelry or the clothing that you wear. But let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is in God's sight is very precious." So this verse is talking a lot about the value of external beauty, about getting nice clothes, good jewelry, all that kind of stuff, good looks. Like those are all super important, or maybe not super important, but those are all nice things to have. But the super important thing is the beauty that is inward. And that's really what matters the very most. And so it's kind of interesting when it comes to a wedding ring. It's a symbol of your marriage. It's a symbol of your love. That's supposed to be the thing that's beautiful, not the piece of jewelry that you wear. And even for us, like, we don't, like, I mean, you're not even really wearing your wedding ring right now. Like, she wears this one right here.
Yeah, I wear this one for work. It's like fake diamonds. It was like $100. It was like $100.
It's like $100.
Yeah.
Like, it's the super cheap one. And then, like, even for myself, where's it? It's in my pocket. Even for myself, where did I put? Oh, it's in the other pocket. I have a ring like this. It's a wooden ring, basically. And I think I paid like maybe $80 for this thing. And this is the actual wedding ring. But I don't even wear this one anymore. As you guys know, I'm kind of infamous for my red ring. It's like 15 bucks. So for us, like, a wedding ring is nice, but again, it's just a symbol. And so I guess what I want to say is if you find yourself in a relationship with someone who values the physical thing that much, like, I want to really question that person's priorities.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe they're not aligned with what God would want first and godly relationships and Christ-like relationships.
Yeah, or I mean, at least flip it on the other way. Like, if you have a lot of money and you're okay spending that money on a ring, like, go for it. Like, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. You can do it if it fits within like your budget and all that kind of stuff. But don't feel bad if you can't. Don't feel bad if you don't. I actually have friends that literally got married with the like plastic rings that you get out of a vending machine for like $1 quarter, and they got married and like they're happy and they're married and like things are great for them. So like your marriage is never going to be dependent upon how much you spend on a ring or even how much you spend on the wedding, which is actually really interesting. There's an actual reverse correlation with how much you spend. In other words, the more that you spend on a wedding, on average, the more likely you're gonna get divorced.
It's interesting.
It's really crazy,
Yeah.
but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it because
where are your priorities?
yeah, you're focused on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And so like the verse says, focus on the inward beauty, focus on character. That's the thing that matters most. And if you've got that solved, dude, you can make it through with a plastic ring and it doesn't even matter.
For sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we want to encourage you guys to not look only on the outside. Of course, look on the outside is very important, as you can tell. It's very important.
Okay.
But focus on the inside, focus on the heart, because that's what will truly last. But anyways, that's just our thoughts on the subject. We'd be really interested in hearing from you guys. Does anyone out there have a different opinion on the whole wedding ring issue? And how much do you guys think you should spend when it comes to an engagement or a wedding ring? Let us know in the comment section below.
But until next time, we're That Christian Vlogger, and we encourage you to experience faith in the first person. God bless.